Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This is episode 12. Last time we poked around the dead factory, and we got trapped in a big garbage disposal with Nemesis, who we shot up a bunch until he was in pieces, and then he fell into acid. So we probably won't be seeing him again. Also, as you probably saw at the end of the last video, I did actually find the key slot to upgrade our little ID card on the end of that key. Oh. So now we've got the upgraded key. We don't actually know what that does just yet, but we'll find out. I have some increments up here. No. Alright, we got the shotgun, we got the magnum. We don't really need the shotgun anymore, since we've only got one full clip left. What would you even call that? Not a clip, not a magazine. A tube? A full tube? Not really sure. So we're going to switch it out for the grenade launcher. But we are going to switch grenades to the regular ammo and just dump the incendiary, because we only have two. This is probably the only one of the old Resident Evils where you don't really use the other ammo types for the grenade launcher much, unless you go out of your way to make them. You don't really find very many acid rounds or anything. So let's see here. We want to grab some of these first aid sprays just in case we run into trouble. We should be mostly set to go now. Dramatic music will continue to play for a while, though we're not in any actual hurry just yet. We don't have a countdown timer or anything. There's no self-destruct to worry about right now. Unfortunately, the enemies in this room always respawn for some reason, no matter what path you get. Now luckily we didn't get hunters, so the drain demos here are a lot easier to avoid. Or, you know, just blow up. Alright, he went down in one shot. Jill, no! That was actually a bit bad time to dodge. She jumped right past it. We don't really need to worry about saving our ammo here. There's actually two things of shotgun shells here that I completely missed last time. But we're not going to need them, so we'll just ignore them. We're pretty much done with the shotgun. Anything here? Let's see, where are we going? We have to go through that shutter that Nikolai went through. But we also want to go back to the steam puzzle room first. Which is just over here. And we want to actually use this elevator this time. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. This area down here is completely optional. But, as you can see, there's some grenade ammo down here, as well as something else that'll come in handy. This locker right here is the reason to get the upgraded ID card. The regular ID card wouldn't actually work on this, but since we upgraded it, pop that in, and we get ourselves a rocket launcher. Yep, this is, I think, the only Resident Evil where you can just straight up grab an optional rocket launcher instead of having it tossed to you at the final boss fight. And you don't actually need this rocket launcher to beat the final boss. It's not one of those, you know, fire the rocket launcher once and they die in a dramatic cutscene with many angles of the same shot. So this is the same 4-shot sort of rocket launcher dealie that we had in Resident Evil 1 to take out the Tyrant. So with that out of the way, now we can actually use the key on the shutter. Which has a couple zombies behind it. Obviously, we're not going to waste our rocket launcher on it, so we'll just actually... Oh, that guy's going to grab me. Get out of here. Use the rest of that grenade ammo. Really, we're at a point where we don't even really have to worry about ammo anymore, but... It's always better to, you know, better safe than sorry. Never again will I have a Code Veronica happen to me. And if we look in here, get some more Magnum ammo. Nothing else around here. Ooh, what's this? I'm not really sure what this thing is. I guess it's connected to a radar and it just is sort of a portable radar display. But I'm not really clear why this umbrella disposal facility has this radar system. Unless this is connected to somewhere else in Raccoon City.
You're still alive. Such persistence.
Nikolai?
Sorry, but there is no escape from here.
Gonna make a save here. So we get an option. We can either fight the helicopter or chat with Nikolai. Let's chat with Nikolai.
So, you want to get out of here alone? Is that your plan?
I made certain none of the other supervisors survive. Since I'll be the only one who knows what really happened, I'll have more bargaining power when it comes to discussing my bonus.
Then why kill me? I'm not on their payroll.
They want you eliminated for reasons of their own. The amount is modest, but there is a reward to be claimed upon the confirmation of your death. Although I'm sure I'll miss you, it's time to say goodbye. You can either accept death with dignity or die with regret. It's entirely up to you.
Then Nikolai escapes. Alternatively, instead, let's give him a little sass. And by sass, I mean let's pull out our rocket launcher. Yep, the shortest boss fight in the game. Certainly no Metal Gear Solid Heim D.
Jill, what happened?
Carlos. The choppers.
I guess this is it then. But I don't want to die in a place like this. This isn't over yet. I'm not giving up, Jill. We still have a chance.
So, with Nikolai dealt with, for good, we, just gotta sit here and wait until the missiles hit us, I guess. I like how Jill doesn't really mention, oh yeah, I blew Nikolai out of the fucking sky, along with our last escape helicopter. I hope you're not too mad about that.
Jill, that's it. We've got to find a way out of here, now!
Warning. Missile attack confirmed. Warning. Missile attack confirmed. Emergency level D. All personnel evacuate immediately.
So apparently, Carlos has now locked himself out and is trapped here to die. You can see our missile distance counter there is going down. That's basically our time limit for this. We're gonna get a game over if we don't get out of here before that missile hits. There's a file over here. Alright, so there's some sort of battery system that can be shoved around manually to get it to work. Now we got some faker zombies around here, ones that are just lying down. Not all of these zombies are actually going to get back up, though. Only a few of them. I think there's only 3 or 4 here that are actually real zombies. Oh, you're still alive? I don't even know what the point of those zombies there are, instead of just being annoying, or to waste your magnum ammo if you put away your other guns. Paracelsus. I don't know the reference, but I'm assuming it's some sort of Greek reference. So you think Sword of Damocles would be more familiar. So basically, there's some sort of big, fancy gun here that isn't completely reliable. I don't know why someone just left that file on the ground. Also not completely clear what happened in this room. You can see there's a Mr. X type tyrant here from Resident Evil 2. He's all busted up. There's also a bunch of dead guys just kind of around. That guy up there. Another few over here, including one with a rocket launcher that we can't take for some reason. I guess at some point the US sent in special forces to try to infiltrate this Umbrella lab, and everybody died on both sides. So this room's all fucked up, and here is the Paracelsus cannon. I don't know how they got this here, but it's here, and looks completely impossible to move without, like, a fucking helicopter.
Checking battery. Warning, there is not enough power to activate the system.
There's another Mr. X there crushed under the cannon. So I guess they, like, planted this thing here and then connected it to the auxiliary power and then, like, lured stuff to it or something? Because that thing doesn't look like it's going to move once you put it in place. So here are the batteries that File was talking about that we can manually insert.
Battery connected.
Not completely clear here, but the chunky bits of Nemesis are actually eating that Mr. X there to regenerate. And now they're just taking so much damage, he's just gone full-on fucking, you know, mutation state because of the G-Virus. So we're gonna hit him with the rocket launcher. He doesn't like that so much. Alright, so when he makes that sound, it means we've done quite a bit of damage to him, and he's gonna actually retreat back to the Mr. X carcass to regenerate. You can see he's really slow when you do that, so that's the main reason to get the rocket launcher, since we can't actually finish him off. I'm sure you can probably tell what we need to do here. This isn't a particularly super difficult fight.
Battery connected.
Actually, very similar to...
Activated. Executing quick charge program. Preparing to fire.
Very similar to one of the final boss, or potential final bosses of Resident Evil 2. Alright, so this thing, we can't obviously move it at all, it's just gonna fire in a straight line. But it happens to be pointing at that Mr. X body over there. So, as long as he's over there munching down... Come on, cannon. You can actually hear him still eating it. Any day now.
4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Nailed it. by that shriek, you can tell that that shot put him right back to his almost dying state.
3, 2,
Oh, we're gonna move.
fire. Warning. System overheating. Entering cooldown mode.
And after hitting him with a big fucking railgun twice, he looks pretty done for. Also, the Mr. X body is now on fire, so I guess he can't really eat that. Let's get out of here. Of course he's not dead. We get one final choice. It's not really a choice at all, though. We could leave the missiles to take care of him, but why would we? We gotta be certain of this. If you take too long on that choice, he actually just insta-kills you with acid.
You want stars? I'll give you stars.
And for some reason, those specific Magnum bullets are more than he can handle, and he melts away into a pile of purple goo. For good this time. I'm actually kind of curious if the explanation for what happened with those Special Forces guys is in the Special Forces DLC for Operation Raccoon City. I never played the DLC, just the main game, so I don't actually know what happens in that, other than that you play as U.S. Special Forces in Raccoon City.
Jill!
It's over, Carlos.
What are you talking about? Don't you hear that? There's a second chopper, and it's here to rescue you!
But who is it? Who could possibly be looking for me?
It doesn't matter, we just have to be there when it lands.
Carlos, how did you hear that from underground? And also, how did you get past those shutters? And where did you get that flare? So many questions.
Thanks, you saved us.
I couldn't let you die.
Is it you?
Are you ready to finish this?
It's coming!
Yeah. It's the end.
That's it. Umbrella's going down.
In case you were wondering, that helicopter pilot was Barry Burton, the other surviving member of s.t.a.r.s from the first game. Kind of makes sense that he's flying a
And now we
helicopter
have a
since he's
rather
ex-Air
unfortunate
Force.
turn of events. It seems that the President and the Federal Council have passed judgment over the civilians of Raccoon City. The President and Federal Council have ruled that the Bacillus Terminate operation is the best course of action for this extreme situation, and have since executed. Based on that fact, Raccoon City has been literally wiped off the map. Current reports have the death toll surpassing the 100,000 mark. Our hearts go out to those poor civilians of Raccoon City.
So despite Carlos and Jill both assuming that Umbrella was actually nuking the city to cover their tracks, it was actually the US government that was going to nuke them. It doesn't really say here, but this is also the point where basically the US government seized all of Umbrella Corp's assets and Umbrella was no more. And that's it. We get this cheery ending theme for a zombie game that really doesn't fit, but all the other Resident Evils have songs like this. So that's pretty much it for Resident Evil 3. That is one of the possible endings you can get out of 2. We are going to actually play through the Dead Factory again to get the other ending, since there are a number of little things that change. I also find it funny that this cheery music plays over a slideshow of Raccoon City blowing up again. But yeah, so that's most of what we'll see from Resident Evil 3. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty good. It's a shame that they cut out the two-character system, but I guess I feel like Resident Evil 3 is probably made in a shorter time span than Resident Evil 2. Well, I guess it would have to be, since it didn't go through the Resident Evil 1.5 process. But, yeah. Overall, I think this is a pretty good Resident Evil. I don't really understand why a lot of people don't like it. I think Nemesis is kind of a neat idea, though maybe not executed the best way. And I like a lot of the little details. Stuff that doesn't really come up in a lot of games at a time. Even little stuff like the Drain Demos getting limbs blown off when you hit them with a grenade launcher. Not a lot of games had stuff like that back in the PS1 era, even though this was late generation PS1. No, I guess Shinji Mikami did still work on this one. I guess, yeah, he didn't stop working on Resident Evil games until Resident Evil 4. Until after Resident Evil 4. So there's Casual Jill. I guess that's supposed to be Carlos behind her, with a head that doesn't really fit his shoulders. And then there's Barry Burton in the back. Not sure who that is on the left, if that's supposed to be anyone. We got the second worst grade because we took too long and saved too many times, but again, we were LPing this for detail, not for best ranking. Which unlocks Operation Mad Jackal, the Mercenaries. And it gets us a boutique key and a costume. Only one, though. Had we gotten a better grade, we would have gotten more costumes. We also get sort of an epilogue. The epilogues are weird. There's actually like 8 or 9 of these, and you get one every time you beat the game consecutively, so, you know, second time you get a different one, third time you get a different one. Basically, they just sort of tell you what happened to various characters after this game, including characters that aren't even in this game, like Sherry Birkin, you know, Albert Wesker. I think even Ada has one. But the first one, of course, is Jill's, where she's just looking for Chris. She must eventually find Chris because the two get together and take down Umbrella's last European stronghold in, shit. It was one of the 2 Wii rail shooters. Can't remember which one. I think it was Umbrella Chronicles. So that'll do it for the first path through Resident Evil 3. We're going to jump back to the point on the bridge where we get the choice between shoving Nemesis and jumping off, and kind of play through from there. Shouldn't take too long. So until next time, I've been Shadefyre, this is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and I'll see you again with some alternate options. You folks have yourselves a good day. Figured we might as well show off the costume we unlocked as well. Here's the boutique, right next to the Barjack's front entrance. Pretty fancy place considering there's a zombie apocalypse. You can see there's a total of 5 costumes. We only got the first one. Had we gotten an A rank, I believe we would have gotten all of them. We can change into Jill's Resident Evil 1 s.t.a.r.s outfit. It looks a little weird, I guess, with the updated model. It looks a lot more weird blue. I don't know, something with the coloration on those shoulder pads bothers me. I guess because it's just an updated model and it's a little more detailed, so it looks off. But yeah, that's the regular costume you get for doing really terrible. You can't unlock costumes unless you're playing on hard mode, however. So it's not like you can just go on easy and breeze through to get all of them. But there's our first costume. I might go through and unlock the other ones, but I'm not sure if I really want to play through the whole thing again faster to get the rest of them. We'll see. Anyhow, that'll do it. See you folks around.